Hey there, happy Tuesday to you. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, and while the radar is fairly quiet right now, we don't expect that to remain the case through this Tuesday or even into the middle of the week. We've got to talk about some changes coming up in the forecast, some of which have already occurred and really helped us out. So we're waking up to some cloudy skies. No rain just yet in the coastal bend, but there is a little bit of that green creeping into the bottom of your screen there as showers move off coast of the RGV. So for us here closer to home, things have been fairly quiet, but again, those clouds are in place. They're already helping us out this morning because they're keeping our temperatures a little bit warmer. So a lot of our neighborhoods enjoying less bite in the air as we step out the door. 6:15 your time right now, and we're looking at temperatures that shape up like this in your neighborhood. We get as cool as 43 degrees. That's for the actual air temperature. Some of our coolest feel-like temperatures are in Beeville, feeling like 41 despite a temperature of 45 degrees. That's what a little bit of movement in the air can do. But look at all these 50s on the map. 51 for CCIA and NAS Corpus Christi, 50 degrees for Ingleside and Port A. Those temperatures feeling true to temperature. So going through today, we're not going to see a whole lot of change in the actual temperature because of the clouds and rain that we're expecting in the mix. So what does that mean for the dog walking forecast? Well, our start today is Sparky. Sparky looks a little suspicious of this forecast. And you know what? We need the rain. So let's plan around it so we can have a good dog walk. I think taking advantage of that time frame, getting the walk in, the longer walk that is earlier this morning is going to be your best bet. They do say the early bird gets the worm, right? Our temperatures, again, not crawling very far from where they started. We'll get a little cooler before we rebound into the 50s. Rain looks to move into the Corpus Christi area from the south generally as we approach the lunch hour, and we'll have friendly winds to come with it around 10 to 15 miles per hour. At times it can get a little breezier. We have that rain, but in general, the rain schedule across the board here in the coastal bend looks to be ever more increasing as we head on into the evening and the early morning hours of your Wednesday. So the wettest weather is yet to come, of course. Here's how things could look for us on this Tuesday. Again, this is a model. It's not set in stone, but a lot of the guidance suggesting as the rain moves in from the south, we may see some of that scattered shower activity starting along our coastal neighborhoods. And then as we head on into the afternoon, that would likely spread inland. So by 5 p.m., many of us likely to see a wet commute home. Beware of those damp roadways. This won't be a washout, but definitely going to be something you need the wipers for. If you'll be out late tonight, yeah, you're going to want the raincoat and the wipers for sure. This rain becomes more numerous as we head through dinner time, bedtime, and tomorrow morning. So this wet forecast comes with an overrunning pattern. So you'll notice cloud coverage locked over South Texas. Yep, that is kind of two air masses coming one on top of the other and sandwiching the conditions just so that we can get some rain out of it. It's not a whole lot of rain, but we've had a couple of rainy periods, and that is good. We could use the help to chip away at the drought and help combat the water shortage, at least from getting any worse. Not a whole lot of rain expected to accumulate here, maybe a few tenths of an inch if we're lucky, but generally we're looking at today and tomorrow for rain drying out for the end of the week. And then here's a look at the 7-day forecast. A bit of a temperature roller coaster. We'll be in the 70s by the end of the week, but for the MLK holiday on Monday, very chilly, topping out at 42.
A pooch named Texana has become top dog with animal control and neighbors in Portland. Coming up on Sunrise, how Texana stole the hearts of neighbors. Welcome back, everyone. So an adventurous dog has become top dog in Portland with neighbors and animal control. They call her Texana. That's named after the New Texan convenience store where she spent time at outside. And Texana was first spotted living on the streets near the Buddy turnaround. After being rescued by animal control and adopted, she ran away from her new family. Animal control tells Neighbor News reporter Victoria Balderrama that they are teaching the energetic pup how to trust others, and the community has followed along.
We followed Texana on the Facebook post for animal control, all the way from being out there and everybody worried about her to her finally getting caught and brought in and taken good care of.
Yeah, well, animal control will keep Texana for another month, but they expect that she'll go back to her adopted family by February.
A heartfelt reunion between a man and his dog several days after the wildfire swept through Pacific Palisades, California. Casey Colvin, who lost his home in the Palisades fire, came back to his neighborhood on Sunday to find his dog Oreo hiding by burnt rubble. Now, as you can see, Colvin was overjoyed to find Oreo.
Oh my God, you're alive! You're alive! Oh, honey!
Colvin was overjoyed to find Oreo still alive after 5 long days. Now, Scripps News and the Scripps Howard Fund are teaming up to provide relief for the Southern California wildfires where it's needed the most. Just text Scripps to 50155 or scan the QR code on your screen, and every dollar you give goes directly to those impacted by these devastating fires. Together, we can help rebuild lives.
Hey there, good morning, good morning. By the way, that is my favorite story out of this tragedy thus far. But hey, 6:23 your time right now. If you're getting ready to head up and out the door, this is our view from the AOC Auto Parts camera in Cal Allen. You're looking at Northwest Boulevard, 624, rolling pretty smoothly. A little bit of busy bee action out there. So if you're going to be taking this commute later today, you might find some damp roadways. Grab that raincoat before you head out the door. We're going to take a look at how things are doing for those inland neighborhoods now along 281, 77. Not finding any trouble here. We're running smoothly with green along our roadways. That continues on Highway 59 through Live Oak and B counties, as well as 77 through San Patricio and Refugio counties. 181, 37, 281. Everybody's rolling smoothly, so let's keep it that way, right? Hey, coming along 181 between Portland and downtown Corpus Christi isn't going to give you any trouble, nor is the ride down 37 or 44. The interchange of the crosstown is looking like a smooth one this morning, as is the commute all around the rest of Corpus Christi. So as you head out this morning, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. That's a look at your traffic report. Don't go anywhere. Your forecast is next.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Hey there, good morning to you. Check out this view from the Manicam. We see the Friendship Monument over there and a beautiful view along shoreline and looking at the downtown area of the sparkling city by the sea out by the Art Center there in Gallery 41. Looks like a pretty quiet morning so far, but things are going to look different as we head on into the afternoon and evening hours. Not quite as dry as we head into the second part of our Tuesday, but thank you for this view, Manny. We always love to see the Manicam early in the morning. You are appreciated, sir. Hey, let's get some context as to what's going to be happening today by looking back at what happened already on your Monday here in Corpus Christi. The almanac, very telling because we're not going to be seeing the same situations as we head through today. In fact, yesterday, not so bad. It was a pretty typical day for a very typical Monday in January here in Corpus Christi. Woke up at 45 degrees. All right, a little cooler than the average of 48. Topped out at 65, equally just a little cool, just below that average of 67. Didn't pick up on any rainfall because we had lots of plentiful sunshine. Well, we're going to take a break from that. We're actually going to be a little bit cooler as we head into this afternoon. We're bringing rain to the mix, clouds, the whole 9 yards. So at very least, we're a little warmer this morning thanks to those clouds. We're starting off in the 40s and 50s for some neighborhoods, though you still want to pay attention to that number in yellow. The feels like temperature or wind chill is what you need to dress for this morning. There's not a whole lot of difference between the two numbers for most neighborhoods, but again, we want to dress for the yellow numbers so that we can stay nice and comfortable and do it in layers, because this afternoon you're going to want a waterproof layer on top. A little raincoat will do you some good with scattered showers moving through the neighborhoods for our forecast. But winds generally friendly so far to start the day. We're a little breezy on the coast, but this will be the trend throughout today. We're going to keep our winds around 10 to 15 miles per hour, and it's going to be a situation that even invites some rain into the mix. So if you're trying to plan for that dog walk today, our forecast star is Sparky. Looks like he's ready to go. A little suspicious of the forecast. Waiting to see what I have to say. Well, yes, there's rain in the forecast, Sparky, but we're going to be dry, it looks, here in Corpus Christi for the first half of the day, so not to worry. We can still go on that nice long walk. We'll have some time before the showers move in, say late morning, just before lunchtime. Our temperatures crawling through the 50s, and our temperatures eventually will hopefully top out in those middle to maybe even upper 50s with friendly winds as we head through the afternoon, but that rainfall is much needed. In fact, we're looking at better chances as we head through this Tuesday across the board here in the coastal bend, more likely as we head on into our Wednesday morning. So definitely a wet start to the day tomorrow with these changes evolving ever more each day, right? Heading through today, some models suggest that as the rain moves in from the south, it's going to be pinned to the coast initially before greeting some of our more inland neighborhoods into the mid to late afternoon. Either way, it starts off more scattered and fills in as we head toward the overnight hours starting into your Wednesday. So again, you're going to want to have that raincoat on hand, maybe even an umbrella if you're brave enough in this kind of windy place that we live. But the big weather picture right now shows a lot of clouds over South Texas. This is the appetizer round before we start to see that rain move into the mix. And here's a look at what we're expecting over the next 5 days. Rain is really going to be focused on today and tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the wetter of the two, and over the next 7 days, we'll be looking at a warm up for Friday and Saturday before a big cool down into the holiday Monday.
One of Padre Island's popular restaurants has closed its doors, but it will be reopening with a new name and a different sort of cuisine. The Pearl Oyster Bar, one part of the Sunset Island restaurant group, is closing down and reopening as a new Cajun food spot. Neighborhood News reporter Aaron Hawley spoke with the CEO of the restaurant group, and he told Aaron it was time for a change.
This is actually phase 2. The Pearl is down right now. We'll be reopening in March as the Cajun, home of the $9.99 boil and ice cold beer.
And the Cajun will open in March before spring break. Many of the menu items from the Pearl, like the oyster towers, will still be available.
Hey everyone, I'm Larissa Liska. Not every athlete gets a chance to be in the spotlight, but Alice High School wants to help those students shine by promoting inclusion and acceptance. It starts on the basketball court.
I got you. I'll be a rebound guy. Get as much shots as you want. Buckets. Buckets. There you go. You can try again? This is to be your best shot. I don't know. The excitement, the smile on their face. You know, when they make a shot or when they're dribbling down court, the smile when they say they got it, and it just warms my heart. It warms a lot of our hearts. The guys that are here to help.
Alice students, like senior quarterback Lucian Cruz, are building chemistry on the court with their brand new teammates.
Okay, that was good. It was a really good practice. I was super impressed with our athletes and their skills and their willingness to be better and get better and be coachable.
Just remember, all your power comes from your knees.
Some obstacles might look out of reach.
There we go.
But through unified basketball, athletes with intellectual disabilities partner with students. Together, they make a roster of 14 competing in the UIL toward a common goal, winning a state championship.
I feel that it's important for the kids in general to learn not everybody's the same, but they might have the same interests.
My favorite basketball is for shooting.
Being supportive is key at practice. Alice, as well as H.M. King, are one of the few South Texas schools to pick up unified basketball.
Super exciting and just made me feel good that we're gonna be good.
Let's go, unified on 3, unified on me. 1, 2, 3, unified!
The Coyotes are looking to play their first game at the end of January. We look forward to their fun season. I'm Larissa Liska, Chris 6 Sports.
We'll be rooting for you, Coyotes. Looks like a lot of fun, Larissa. Well, hey, we've got to get up and out the door this morning. What are we looking at for traffic? We'll start off this view from the CCAC camera out along Snoopy's. Laguna looking pretty good there. And a couple of busy bees up and over the JFK Causeway. But we'll start this traffic report on the other side of the bay here. Looking good along 181 between Portland and downtown Corpus Christi. Coming down 37 is going to be problem-free. Across 44, just as smooth. And around town from the Bay Area to the south side, you have to look pretty hard to find some slowdowns according to what we're seeing on the map here. Moving into the Bluff, no trouble approaching NAS Corpus Christi. Nice to see a smooth ride into work this morning. And across the Bluff, we're starting to see some activity on Waldron Road as well as Flower Bluff Drive. But No major slowdowns to keep you late for work or anything like that. Hey, as you move out to the island, things are running smoothly, as you saw there across the JFK Causeway. No trouble, just a few cars heading out there, and it's a smooth ride all the way up 361. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. Let's look at your traffic report. We've got your forecast straight ahead.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so much, Steph. We really do appreciate it. Hey, don't go anywhere. We have a lot more in store.
Yeah, here's a look at what we have coming up in our 20 minutes of nonstop news.
The city of Corpus Christi and surrounding areas have been in stage 3 water restrictions for nearly a month. Now city leaders are looking into additional water sources to help. I'm Alexis Scott, your neighborhood news reporter in the Bay Area, with details on how these options could be a solution for the region.
More than 1 in 3 Americans are pre-diabetic. But by making some healthy changes now, they can stop their condition from getting worse. I'm Michaela Chavez, your neighborhood news reporter in the Bay Area. I'll tell you about a free health program that can put your health back on track.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Hello, Chris 6 Sunrise team. We're the Port Aransas Arts Center and the Port Aransas neighborhood, and we want to wish our neighbors across the coastal bend a great day.
Hey, and you guys have a great day too, all the neighbors over the Port Aransas Arts Center. Hey, if you want to send in your own sunrise shout out, you can do so by just scanning that QR code you see right there on your screen, or head on over to our website. That's christv.com. We're going to give you a live look from our Manicam. 6:41 is your time. A cool 51 degrees out. You can see that breeze picking up. We're going to be checking in with Master Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber in just a bit to find out what's in store for the rest of the week when it comes to the forecast. But first, on to some neighborhood news.
Since implementing stage 3 water restrictions, the city of Corpus Christi continues searching for additional water sources for customers. I'm Alexis Scott, your neighborhood news reporter in the Bay Area, with details on those additional sources the city is looking at. City leaders say they're making progress on finding other options for water as the city of Corpus Christi and its surrounding communities remain under stage 3 restrictions. Chris 6 News previously spoke with Corpus Christi Water Department Chief Operating Officer Drew Molly about other options like a seawater desalination plant.
You know, those kinds of options that we have available, that's going to help us be more resilient in terms of getting us to a place where hopefully we don't have to continue to ask our community to, curtail their water use.
City leaders have been looking into water alternatives since early fall when we were still under stage 2 restrictions. Friday afternoon, they released an update outlining those alternatives. One option, which has been discussed extensively, is expanding the capacity of the Mary Roads pipeline.
The pipeline was designed to be able to handle up to 75 million gallons a day. And so in the next couple months, we're actually implementing projects to safely provide the whole amount of water, the 75 million gallons a day, down that pipeline corridor.
The city also wants to look into groundwater sources from the Nueces River and providing treated effluent water to residential customers. Currently, effluent or reclaimed water can only be used for commercial purposes. The city is working to allow residents to use effluent water as well, at possibly no cost.
As communities continue to deal with water scarcity issues, it's a very reliable supply of water. I mean, in our community, it's 25 to 30 million gallons a day.
Plastic manufacturer CC Polymers is working to construct their own private desalination plant. The city is hoping to collaborate and find ways to help finance and operate the facility. There are still many questions that you and we at Chris 6 would like to know, including how much these additional water sources will cost and when they'll become a reality. We plan to speak with Corpus Christi Water again to get updates on their plan. In the Bay Area, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Alexis Scott, Chris 6 News.
Alexis, thank you so much. So Thursday will mark 1 month since the city of Corpus Christi implemented Stage 3 restrictions, and those restrictions could remain in place until this spring. As a reminder, under Stage 3 restrictions, no lawn watering is allowed. There's also a ban on washing cars, motorcycles, boats, or trailers at home. Fountains can only operate to circulate water in order to maintain the equipment. Violating these restrictions could lead to a fine. And be sure to check out meteorologist Stephanie Lauber's interview with Drew Molly. Just scan the QR code on your screen that you see right there. And speaking of meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, let's take a first look at our forecast for 20 minutes of nonstop news.
Hey there, here's a cloudy view over downtown Corpus Christi. That's coming to us from the WADA Skycam. Whataburger Field, looking at downtown. You can see that beautiful Texas flag showing all its colors, but that hazy, cloudy situation, that's kind of a double-edged sword for us today. It's keeping us a little bit warmer, but it's also foreshadowing what's to come this afternoon. Just some rainfall, much needed rainfall. Thankfully, January's been a good month for us when it comes to the rain department, but we're going to need a lot more to get our water shortage back in the right direction. This just kind of helps things from getting worse. So we'll take it. It also helps to chip away at the local drought too. So more on the rain in a moment. Here's how things are shaping up when you head up and out the door. We're waking up to the 40s and 50s across the board. 45 in Beeville, feeling a little chilly. Feeling like 42 right now. So that is the number you need to dress for there in yellow. The feels like temperature is what your body perceives it to be. So let's get ready for that. Not a whole lot of difference. In fact, at CCIA, it's 51 and it feels true to temperature out there. We're going to see our temperatures stay pretty close to where they are throughout the day, only moving a handful of marks on the thermometer there. But let's take a look at the dew point situation. So things are relatively dry here at the ground level. We like to look at dew point to give us an idea of how much water's in the air around us. But this isn't telling us the whole story, because what's going to give us the rain today isn't because of what's happening here at the ground level. We've got cooler, drier air, but up above, we got warm, moist air, and the weather situation is going to kind of wring that out like a dish rag and bring us some light rain that kind of lasts throughout this afternoon into tomorrow, and I think we'll see more rain picking up as we head on into your Wednesday as well. So for our dog walking forecast, don't worry. Our star Sparky is like, hey, what's going on? I want to go for my walk. Are you telling me something bad? No, we're okay. We're still okay for the walk. We just need to do that earlier today. We could go for the longer walk. So Sparky, we're all good. We get to see those temperatures again wiggling just a little bit throughout the late morning hours. That's when the rain looks to move into Corpus Christi, I think, and it'll be joined with some rather friendly winds, around 15 miles per hour. But the rain schedule for everyone here, all of our neighborhoods across the coastal bend, looks to increase as we head through later tonight, eventually midnight into the early morning hours of your Wednesday. So for that reason, you're going to need that raincoat. You may want to dress in layers because yes, it's still chilly out, but a hoodie is probably your best bet, or a waterproof top layer. Now, some models are putting that rain on the coast earlier today. It's all going to be coming from the south either way. I think it starts off as more drizzle and light rain initially, and then this kind of spreads throughout the afternoon across our inland to coastal neighbors. And yeah, it's something that's going to become more numerous during the overnight and into your Wednesday morning, with temperatures not changing a whole lot. So we'll keep the clouds that we've got so far this morning and appreciate what rain we do get, because we're in a surplus for January so far. But are we going to keep things heading in the right direction? More on the extended forecast in about 10 minutes.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
Now, on the 6 things you need to know before heading out the door, City Council will vote today on a new $5 million police substation. So the motion would employ KJM Commercial to build the project. The substation would be located on 2 acres of a site at the corner of Del Mar's Oso Creek campus. Currently, the city does not have a station on the south side. These renderings show what the proposed substation would look like if approved. Tentative timeline for this project construction completion date, well, that's going to be July of 2026.
City Council is also expected to vote today on a 3-year joint use agreement with the WellMed Charitable Foundation. The foundation is proposing to run operations for seniors out of 2 city facilities. The centers they're considering are Zavala Senior Center, located at 510 Ostage Street, and the Jose Garza Recreation Center at 3204 Highlands Avenue. The agreement will have 2 one-year options.
And the city is also expected to vote on a resolution to ensure legal responsibility to maintain and repair the Michael J. Ellis seawall. If the city chooses not to accept legal maintenance responsibility, individual property owners will remain responsible for the seawall maintenance. Construction on the Ellis seawall is set to start up sometime this year. Tune in to Chris 6 on air and online for updates from City Council.
New members of the City Council will be sworn in today. The new members include District 3 City Council Eric Cantu and District 4 City Councilwoman Kaylin Paxson. Carolyn Vaughn and Mark Scott will return as at-large City Council members.
And judging continues today in the homemaking competition over at the Nueces County Junior Livestock Show. Over 3,200 entries from dozens of area schools will be judged at this year at the competition. Now, homemaking isn't just about food, though. There are 6 divisions, including clothing, photography, and more. The winners will be announced on Wednesday.
So because of the chilly temperatures, nearly 300 cold-stunned sea turtles have found a warm home at the Texas State Aquarium now. The cold-stunned turtles were taken from the coast, treated for any health conditions, then moved to the aquarium stabilization systems. The Center for Wildlife Rescue is now treating more than 300 sea turtles.